Morning, everyone. It's now around 6:45 in the morning, and I just had this video that I wanted to get out and share with everyone and get all your thoughts on. And I think this one's important because, we'll get into it, and then we'll go from there. Excuse me. So what this video is going to be about is meditation, first off, but a specific part of meditation, and that being realizing that you've got back into a beta when in meditation. And so what I mean by that, the whole point of meditation is to try to change, one of the points of meditation is to work to change our brainwave frequencies from beta, which is our normal, everyday, analytical thinking mind, and bringing it down into alpha, right? Theta would be even better. Delta, which is sleep, if you can get there in meditation, then more power to you. And ultimately the gamma, super consciousness. But I just want to talk about when we fluctuate from alpha to beta, when we're fluctuating back and forth, right? So when we're in meditation and you realize that you've started thinking again and started getting lost in your thinking mind again, right? So as an example, say I'm sitting here in meditation and say, just for example, I'm doing a Blessings of the Energy Center meditation or chakra meditation, for those who aren't familiar with the blessings term. And, and I'm supposed to be focusing on, say, my heart center. I'm on my fourth chakra, but next thing you know, I am all of a sudden following a thought about how I need to do laundry later, right? So what's important about that is that, so say I have that thought about doing laundry, but then I realize it, right? I realize I have this thought about doing laundry and I'm not in my meditation right now. So essentially I've slipped back into the beta analytical thinking mind, right? But the fact that I became aware of it and, and brought my attention to it and pulled myself back is a meditation. That is the win. That's the practice. That is the practice, right? So the reason I'm so hyped about this is because I used to, when I was in meditation and I caught myself like this, and I realized I had lost the flow, if you will. I had gotten out of meditation. This would be a cause for me to beat myself up previously, badmouth myself. Oh man, you can't meditate, you keep slipping out, like what are you doing, yada yada, like whatever, right? Well, really, this is something I should be happy about. This is something I should be hyped about, right? Because I actually slipped out of meditation, slipped back, or became aware of it, and had enough awareness to pull myself back into it, right? So the reason I'm saying this and making this video is because I want everyone to understand that when you are in meditation and when you become aware, like I was just talking about, when you become aware that you slipped out of the practice, as long as you become aware of it and bring yourself back into alignment, that is the practice. You get to congratulate yourself. You should be feeling good about this because you woke up, right? You pulled yourself right back in. And so no matter how many times that happens in a practice, as long as you continue to pull yourself back in, you're doing it. You're winning. And what's more is you're reprogramming your mind to understand that when you sit down and when you're in meditation, that this isn't a time for you to be in beta, right? So every time your mind slips back into beta and you say, no, we're going right back to alpha or theta or whatever, we're going right back to the void, we're going right back to formlessness, you've just gotten yourself a W. And I think it's important to realize that, and also it's important to acknowledge that. Super important. I know for myself, when I realize it in meditation, I'm like, oh, I slipped out, right? And even still, I still have that old programming that kind of wants to beat me up over it, right? Kind of wants to give me a hard time. Like, man, you don't know how to meditate. Look how many times you've slipped out. Well, instead, I'm now like, well, look how many times I pulled myself back. Look how many times I have retrained my mind to to focus on what I want it to focus on, to be thinking about or not thinking about what I want it to be at that time. And so, that being said, sorry folks, I'm driving, but that being said, this is the practice, people. This is what we're striving for. We're striving for higher awareness, or at least one of the things. Higher awareness. Go. And the more aware we become, the more present we become, the easier it is to alter our reality. The easier it is to stay conscious, right? Which is ultimately the practice, right? Is being conscious, staying conscious, getting conscious, and then staying conscious throughout the whole day. And so this translates out of meditation, right? Because now you're letting your mind know over and over and over that you prefer to be in alpha at the least, or like I said, theta at all times. And so your brain then starts to be in that state of alpha, in that frequency, more and more and more throughout the day. More and more and more. And it gets to the point to where eventually that you're not having to sit down and train yourself all the time. I mean, not that I would ever stop the practice, but where you start to realize that you're aware more throughout your day. And you start to realize you have more mental clarity. You start to realize you're not judging people as much. You start to realize you're not judging yourself as much. You start to see the synchronicities in the world. You start to see the world differently because you're present now. You're aware now. And being super present and super aware allows you to see the underpinnings of reality. And then eventually start changing reality. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. If this video resonated with you at all, please drop a like, a comment. Let me know what your meditation experience has been like. If you've experienced any of the things I've talked about, or if maybe your meditations are completely different than mine. That being said, I love you all. Want you all to have a blessed and beautiful day. And I'll catch you on the next one.